Hi, my name's Paul and I love food. My love of food came from my background. I'm half French, and every year on the summer holidays, we'd go down to see my grandparents, my cousins, my aunts and uncles in Marseille in the south of France. And there I was introduced to the beautiful food and the simple and delicious way of eating from there. And that kind of has inspired me in my taste and what I like to cook and eat. I guess my philosophy of food is like Eddie Murphy's philosophy of comedy. He said there was only one thing that was better than laughing really, really hard at something, and that was making someone else laugh really, really hard at something. And I think that with food, there's only one thing better than eating something delicious, and that's making something that someone else thinks is really, really delicious. Because of that, it's always been my dream to earn a living through food. I always used to go to markets and restaurants and kind of think, I'd love to do this, wouldn't this be a great way of life? This would be so fulfilling, but it never seemed possible. It didn't seem possible because you're doing other things. You think, well, it's just a dream. Why would I be able to do that? That's ridiculous. I'm not a trained chef. And then life gets in the way, you know. You think, well, I can't do it. I've got kids, I've got a mortgage to pay for. But I realised that actually, you know, dreams without any goals are just that. They're pictures in your head, and they might be comforting and they might be fun, but they're never going to come true unless you actually do something. So in June I started my own street food business, and I worked full-time. I'm a teacher. I worked full-time 5 days a week, and I did the street food business at the weekends. I had a spot on the seafront in Worthing, which was beautiful, but I made no money. But I learned a lot. Now I've gone down to 3 days a week teaching, and the rest of the time I'm trying to make my food business work. And hopefully over the next year or so, I'm going to try to go from 3 days a week teaching, 2 days 1 week, and make it work and make my dream come true. I mean, I started with street food, not because I love street food, but that was the cheapest way in. I mean, I'm doing this on a shoestring, but I'm going to try to show that, you know, if you're passionate about something, if you believe in it, you can make it work. Why not? So I'm going to start here, but my ambition goes further. I've given myself a year to try and make it a viable business, and we're going to see where we go from there, from that year. My idea is based on, I'm inspired by the French table d'hôte restaurants. If you don't know what that is, a table d'hôte restaurant is a restaurant where the menu is very, very kind of, I wouldn't say limited, but you have like one starter, one main, or two starters, two mains to pick from, and the menu changes. It might change daily, it might change weekly or once every 2 weeks, but it reflects what is good at the time, so what's seasonal or what they can find in the shops and what's delicious. It reflects what the cook wants to cook. It reflects what they find interesting, and that's what I think food should be. It should be something about expressing yourself, not just expressing one type of food. And that's why I call my business What We Are Eating, because it's going to reflect what I like, what I'm interested in, what's about at the time. So I hope you're going to join me on my journey. We're going to see what I do, where it goes, how it goes for me, how easy it is, how difficult it is. And on the way I'll be showing you what I'm doing, the food that I'm using. There might be recipes, laughter, tears. Who knows what's going to happen? But hopefully you'll like these videos, and you're going to find out what it is that I'm eating.